Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I am Sen, the executive producer for the company. I've completely lost track of this whole thing. Anyways, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and thank you for supporting us over the years. Particularly, I want to thank our $25 tier supporters over at our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms. Those being Trevian Alexander, Samantha Bates, and Elle, without whom we wouldn't be able to do nearly as much of the things that we do now. So thank you very much for your support over the years. And those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And hello, everybody. Welcome back to Call of Cthulhu, the Vanishing County. I am Sen, and I am the madness temporarily stepping in for your keeper this evening. And I am joined by my unsuspecting victims, who include Jack.
Hello. I am not suspecting anything, but I play Kathleen Moody, and who also does not suspect anything specific.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Virginia Reeds. I have nothing else to add.
And Drevian.
I'm Drevian. I'm playing Lillian Clara.
And William.
Hi, I'm William Rashani, and I suspect everything. And I'm playing.
Right. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, we are supposed to do luck stuff.
Luck
Yes,
rolls.
luck rolls. People do your luck rolls, and I am playing Victor, who also suspects most things, and his luck roll is going to luck recovery. Good thing I almost can't fail. Yay!
On a failure, you add 2d10?
2d10 plus 10.
2d10 plus 10 to your luck?
You add 1d10 plus 5.
I have dangerous levels of luck, guys. I have 34.
Oh no, stupid decisions incoming.
That has to be fixed.
I just gained 26 points of luck. I now are 24. I gained 24 points of luck. I now have 26 points of luck.
No, Drevian gained 26 points of luck.
And it maxed out 99, right?
Yes.
Correct.
No, I gained 24 points of luck. Drevian gained 16.
That's
plus 10.
Plus 10.
All right, plus 10. Duh. Blech.
You failed to do your own math. Right?
Not my fault. I'm one of the only ones who actually puts it in the roll.
That's fair. Well, Jeremy did too. Anyways.
Said one of.
Also being joined by Craig.
Hi, I'm playing Louis Lampley, and I'm not suspecting shit.
That tracks for Lewis.
Go ahead and roll your luck roll.
I'd love to.
Luke recovery. Hey,
There we go.
2d10 plus 10. And Holly.
19.
Hi, I'm Holly. Everything I was going to say was stolen by my twin. I am playing Vanessa, the better half of the twins.
You can
I mean,
definitely
that's fair.
try.
2d10 plus 10 back to your luck. And as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, and this stream is powered by Sirenscape. And also, before we begin, dear viewer, I feel the need to remind you that Call of Cthulhu is a horror game. There are topics that might be upsetting at certain times, and situations that might be upsetting. So if you are feeling uncomfortable at all with the gibberish that's about to come out of my mouth tonight, please step away, take a breather, grab a drink. Hope the drink does not contain eyes. Anyways.
Also, now and always, fuck Vince McMahon.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to say it until the end of time at this point. I had to text messages.
Craig, are you still on audio range?
Yeah, I was just doing a bit.
Okay.
You said to get up and walk away if we didn't want to be disturbed, so I did.
I told the audience to do that. You are stuck.
You didn't.
You already bought in on it.
It's too late for
Alright,
you.
fine.
You're a lost cause.
All right.
So,
Well, that's what my dad always told me.
I like that you stunned Senate and not knowing how to respond.
And then there's just a low "oh" from Jack.
no, I was waiting for the music to start, and then it didn't, so I had to stop it and restart it, and it still isn't going. Come on.
No, it is not.
Sirenscape, why are you be? Hey, Sirenscape. Oh, there. There we go.
You say that.
It started, and then it stopped again immediately.
Sirenscape. Swear to God.
There it goes.
Does
So-
it?
Yep. I can hear it at least. If you have your volume turned down, it might be low.
No, I've got it maxed.
Can you toss out another Sirenscape link?
Maybe the link's broken.
It might be a new link. Occasionally, if it won't recognize the old links.
If I max out my volume, I can hear something. But at the same
I
time,
can't.
that Jeremy about blew out my eardrums at that volume.
I'm at max out your volume on Sirenscape, not.
Oh no, it is maxed out on Sirenscape.
Oh.
And then I maxed out my computer's volume to be able to hear it.
Yeah, I'm not hearing a thing.
Well, there's the new
A
link
new link?
in Critter Crew.
Not even in the new link. Nothing's playing.
Hold on,
There it
let me
goes.
see.
There it goes. Apparently, I had a long lead in.
Oh yeah, that's a totally different URL.
Yeah, that's a brand new URL.
There you go.
Also,
Anyways,
it has a long lead in, so it'll be quiet for a second.
Pin that shit. There we go. And unpin the old one.
Oh.
Yep, I hear it.
Good.
Kind of.
It's supposed to be low and quiet. Hopefully, it stays that way.
Now it's spinny circle. There we go.
Anyways, when last we left off, our Federal Bureau of Control investigators had come back to Jade County and stopped by a local museum to do some investigation as to some more information on the current status of Jade County. Within, they discovered that the rarest gemstone on the planet is apparently plentiful in these mountains. Painite, a blood red, dark bits of brown with a brighter red mixed within gem that is traditionally used for expensive jewelry and basically nothing else, and is only available in one region of the world, as apparently is also available in Jade County. It's a little bit confusing. However, that is not, strictly speaking, where we pick up on. First, we pick up with a question. Craig.
Yes.
Of the many attempts that nature has had to evolve a crab, which one do you think resonates most with Lewis?
100% the cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish?
Yeah. It's not particularly crab-like, but he constantly gets them confused with horseshoe crabs in his head, and then that reminds him of the struggle to better oneself.
And for that cuttlefish version of Lewis, which of the major arcana of the Rider-Waite Tarot deck do you think most accurately depicts Lewis's daily struggles?
You're gonna have to convince me that you did not just take these answers directly off a BuzzFeed article.
To be clear, which one do I think, or which one does Lewis think?
You think.
The fool.
Oh no.
No, yeah.
So the fool, new beginnings and such like that. Just constantly. All right. So,
Yeah.
Lewis.
Well, remember his hobbies.
Lewis. It's hard being a cuttlefish.
It's hard out here to be true.
You've thought this many a time. Particularly as you are a cuttlefish dressed in a jester's motley atop a cliff overlooking the water in which you should be, yet for some reason are not. You contemplate this fact.
Mama said there'd be days like this.
You contemplate the long line of cuttlefish from which you come. You used to be kings. Maybe in one cuttlefish's brain at one point in time, perhaps. And now you are dry, desiccated, on the rocks, within sightline of water. Holly.
Okay.
Of the various hallucinations and psychoses that gaseous mercury can provide to you as it penetrates the blood-brain barrier into your mind, what's Victor's favorite?
This feels like trivia night.
I'm telling you, this is a fucking BuzzFeed article. This is one of those personality tests that you take on Facebook to determine what Marvel's Avenger you are.
I'm sorry, hallucination?
Yes, of the various hallucinations that mercury in gaseous form can cause, once it's huffed, which do you think is Victor's favorite?
I don't know. Probably something involving different artifacts that he's discovered.
Okay. And which of the major arcana of the standard Rider-Waite Tarot deck do you associate with Victor?
I'm sorry, I am not that familiar with tarot decks.
They are the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot, Strength, the Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and the World.
I'm gonna go with Priestess.
For Victor?
I'm not that familiar with them.
That's fine. That's fine. The High
Fine.
Priestess.
No, that's.
I'm sorry.
That one actually, I think that tracks. Honestly,
Which one is Holly think? So
Yeah, the point is what Holly thinks Victor is associated with. Not what Vanessa thinks, or Victor thinks, or anyone else thinks. There's no need to apologize. Like I said, there are no wrong answers to this madness from my brain. Except to listen. Victor. For some reason, you are acutely aware of the fact that you are discreetly 3,246 different gold coins that have rusted with age in a box on a throne. You don't know why you know this. You don't know how long it's been. But you do know the exact number. And each one of you is aware of the others. And one of you is planning rebellion. Jeremy.
Yep.
You watch as Lewis, Victor, and Vanessa collapse onto the ground, having just read this pamphlet on the substance painite that exists in the mountains here.
Where I was reading that.
Fuck.
Well, whether or not you were reading it, you're one of the ones that collapses.
Fair.
Okay, Kathleen, Lily, Katie, Lillian, you also see this as those three hit the ground.
I'm going.
Checking vitals,
Yeah.
checking, making sure, seeing if they are in the process of dying.
Medical damage. What level of crisis are we at?
Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Can it be first aid?
Yeah, give me first aid. First aid or medicine, either one.
I'll also do a first aid check. Check one of the others.
Yep.
Oh,
There
I
are three
succeeded.
There are 3 people to check. There are 3 checks to be rolled. Mark all 3 of those successes. So, 3 successes. They're not... They're alive. They seem to be just unconscious. There's no discernible reason for them to be unconscious. But
I wanna.
they are breathing. Their heartbeats are running. Their heartbeats are steady.
Just to see
They're
if it
okay.
wakes them. Just to see if it wakes them up, I slap Lewis across the face.
Sure, just to
That's
see.
why. That's why.
Oh no! There's more to it, but it's also worked for that reason.
Cuttlefish
You
Lewis.
said
It's gonna
just to
slap
see.
somebody.
Mhm.
There's a reason it's Lewis.
That's fair. Cuttlefish Lewis. The ground begins to shake underneath you. You feel pain on the side of your crustacean. Somebody's come for the king, and they have not missed. Jeremy, no reaction.
I'm gonna open
Lewis
the
is slightly foaming at the mouth, other than that.
briefcase.
Check
Candle.
airway. Check airways. Make sure that they're not choking.
Yep. Kathleen opens
Roll
the
on
briefcase.
side.
As soon as you open the briefcase, all 4 candles light.
I'm going to collect their pamphlets without looking at them.
Okay. You collect pamphlets.
And tuck them away.
Anyone who wants to can also make a not a spot hidden roll. Let's just make this a general. Let me see. It's gonna be an ability check, just because I want to. This is information that you'd eventually realize.
I'm wondering if occult would also be relevant.
Possibly. But right now, I just want all 3 of you to roll an intelligence, just a flat intelligence.
Intelligence.
Yeah. 3 successes. All 3 of you realize there's nobody in the museum anymore, other than the 6 of you. There was a relatively middling crowd, but now that you're thinking about it, since those 3 hit the ground, there's been nobody.
Did anybody take our stuff off of us in this museum? Or do we have everything that we tried to bring in with us?
Yeah, you have everything you run with you. Nobody. There's no security
okay.
in this museum. It's a mining museum. There's nothing valuable here.
I didn't think there would be, but I wanted to check. Because in one situation I have my guns and in the other I don't. I'm getting them ready.
To be clear, I, the person, don't think that's a dumb question. I, the keeper, am saying it in a way to make you feel like it's a dumb question, but it's not.
No, fine. No, I'm cool. I'm taking out guns. I'm gonna.
Yeah, we're not.
Virginia,
There's nobody else here, so the same.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't actually calling for a spot hidden roll. Did you just roll that because you?
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I rolled it because I thought you were calling for it.
gotcha.
I didn't mark it because you didn't call for it.
Thank you. Vanessa. For some reason, there's a you've come back to sit in your chair at the temple that you are a high priestess at. And for some reason there's a box, like a coffer, on your seat. And you swear you hear the French national anthem coming out of it.
Sure.
Naturally.
A little unsettling. It's also unsettling why you know what the French national anthem sounds like, considering France is not a nation that you're familiar with. Like, there's no place called France, as far as you're aware.
I'm gonna peek through doorways, just to make sure that there's not a threat in the next room over.
You go over to a doorway and go to open it to peek in. It's one of those like push bar doors to like, because it's a museum. There's not a whole lot of like closed doors, but there are a couple. They weren't closed earlier, which you don't stop really to think about as you go push the bar and click. It doesn't open.
Then I'll go check the next one. I want to see if this is true of all of the doors before I address the issue.
You circle the room. There's only like 4 doors like in this particular area that are typically kept open. All of them are closed. All of them are locked. The odd part is that typically these sorts of things are locked on this side, but you don't see any sort of locking mechanism.
Are these the doors like between? These aren't doors between exhibits. These are doors away from the exhibit.
No, these are like 2 of them are doors between exhibits, and 2 of them are like hallway into a hallway that connects to a different area.
Okay, but there's no passage that we can. Basically, we're locked in. There's no other out.
At the moment, at least, yeah.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure I understood. I will relay that information.
Lillian, what you thinking?
While the doors are urgently being checked, I probably check the 3's eyes to see if they're like moving, like they're in REM sleep and dreaming, or like if their pupils are responsive.
Yeah, all 3 of them have completely dilated, like as dilated as you think it could possibly get, pupils, and no reaction whatsoever. They're not moving. They're just staring. And again, Lewis slightly bubbling in the mouth.
The briefcase is still open, so if there's any change in the candles,
4 candles completely lit.
Just let us know.
And then after being told that the doors are all locked, I'm going to go up to one. I'm going to check. I'm going to look at the bar, press the bar, and see if the latch activates.
You might have to.
Is the latch locked, or is the door just barricaded, basically?
You're hearing the latch move, like you're hearing it. You're hearing that metal click, 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 but nothing is happening. But there's also no give.
There would be a little give if it was a barricade.
Like, so make me a. I wish it was like a textile sensation roll. These are things that would be on that would be on the sheet if I would decide to call a Cthulhu character sheet.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing you didn't.
That's true. A bunch of useless skills that are only instantly available. Give me a locksmith roll. No, that's for actually locksmithing something. Just give me a intelligence roll. We'll go with that again.
I was gonna say, because that doesn't.
Spot hidden?
That wouldn't be spot hidden.
Because you're noticing something about the environment.
With the success, this isn't. It feels like this is a push bar that's been attached to a wall.
That's what I was thinking from the description.
Okay.
I assume if you share that,
I'd pull out. I wouldn't share it right away. I'd pull out like a business card or something, and I would check the seam of the door. It's like, can I actually slot this around the door, or is there not even a gap anymore?
Yeah, there's a gap. You slot it in, and you push, and you're expecting firmness on the other side. You hit something, and it bends a little. It has a little bit of give as you push the card into it, but it's like it's pushing back, and slowly the card comes back out unless you're really focusing on pushing it in.
No. And then I would I would describe it almost feels like something's pushing back against the doors.
What about underneath the doors? Is there anywhere that we can see underneath the doors?
There's a crack. There's like a gap, but there's nothing you can see through it.
I'm gonna. Do we think there's anything we can do for them right now, or do we need to figure out where we are?
Jeremy,
I'm going to. I have no idea if this is going to work. I'm going into my bag and pull out something. I've yet to access. I'm pulling out some couple crystals, incense and the like, and I'm just gonna try to standard. This is not obviously magic because I don't have that beyond the one spell, but I am trying to get into a cosmic sort of focus with the general energy and see if that gives me anything.
Okay, give me an occult roll.
I am using my Wicca background.
Sure.
Roll a what?
Occult.
Occult?
Mhm.
Question,
Yes.
and I don't know if would Cthulhu mythos be more appropriate?
Occult is for setting everything up.
Fair enough.
Cthulhu Mythos will be for a knowledge, sort of a gaining of knowledge once
Fair
everything's
enough.
set up. Because it'll affect this.
Extreme
Okay.
success.
With extreme success. Roll Cthulhu Mythos with 2 bonus die. Take the better.
Okay. Well, that was extremely unhelpful.
5 and
But
8.
very Jeremy.
So,
Holy shit.
Hey, you want to use your luck?
That's true. I could spend 24 luck. Yeah.
For
24
those not
success.
watching visually, that is a 29 needed. The first roll was a 53, and the 2 bonus dice were a 5 and an 8.
which would respectively change it to a 53 or an 83.
Correct. Yes, I am spending 24 luck, bringing me down to 10 luck to succeed.
All right.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would hope.
So you establish this small sort of incantation circle
Yep.
and sit down and sort of focus, understanding that magic is real. You have a little bit of it now. And that there are entities, things, forces beyond your understanding, beyond your ken, beyond your nature, that can interface with the world in ways you can only imagine. You just sort of try to expand your awareness. And as you do, roll me a d10.
Okay. 7.
Increase your Cthulhu Mythos by 7 and decrease your sanity, your maximum sanity by 7.
Yep.
You
So that
feel
brings
you
me down to
become
63.
acutely aware of the fact that the walls aren't still. They are pulsing very slightly, very extremely slightly, to the rhythm of steady breathing. And you also notice that all the exhibits have shifted position from where they were when you first came in. It took you until just now to realize it, and you're not sure that anybody else has realized it yet either. But where there were rows of exhibits in the middle of the floor and everywhere now, they have now shifted to being along the walls, in what you could only describe based on their position, placement, and the shadows they cast on the wall, a teeth-like pattern around the room. And your heartbeat begins to beat loudly in your own hearing.
I'm pretty sure we're inside. So I open my eyes. I'm pretty sure we're inside something.
Yeah, sounds about right. That's par for the course.
Poke the ground with a stun baton.
Is it time to start shooting?
It's tile.
I don't know.
Stun the museum.
If I'm up for, I am open to any suggestions. Because the best thing I can think of is, yes, trying to shoot our way out of this potentially mouth. Because there's nowhere we can drag them, even if it's deeper in at this point, right?
It's just this room.
Yeah. Just the room.
It seems like the most helpful thing we can do is try to get out.
Are there
some doors, but
are there like even like air conditioning vents or anything like that?
Maybe a spot hidden check. All the three of you that are awake. Those of you that you do that. Those of you that are asleep.
I'm interested in whether or not there are windows, and if so, can we see outside?
We'll get to that in a second. Those of you that are asleep or changed, what are you doing? Whoever wants to go first.
I will go.
Sure.
If nobody else wants to. To be clear, am I the king?
You are. You come from a lineage of kings. You believe yourself to be king.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So I am trying, probably vainly, to roll towards the water, but also taking my tentacles, constantly getting confused as to why I don't have a shell, and taking my tentacles and if they are at all mobile, trying to move myself towards the water while looking around and trying to identify the source of the threat.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a your choice of rollerblading with a difficulty die, or what's it going to use? It's not really a crawl. Either rollerblading with a difficulty die or climb. Yeah, we'll do that one.
I mean, even if my climb were particularly good, you know what I have to go with.
It's true. That's why I offered it.
Oof. Yeah, I'll spend luck on that.
All right. So 78 was the initial, is the final roll with the penalty die.
Yeah, 13 points. I'll spend 13 points of luck for sure.
All right. 13 points gets you to
on my
65.
absolutely irrelevant cuttlefish vision.
You begin scuttling, slapping, attempting to swim through the air towards the edge of this cliff that you find yourself on, looking around desperately. Give me a spot, either a spot hidden or a listen check, your choice. You don't seem to be making any ground, though, is the problem. Is you're just like every time you get a little bit closer to the edge, you feel it like, and you check your distance. It feels like you haven't moved at all. You continue to move. The spot hidden. You swear that while you're looking around for that, you swear that there are things around you, but you just can't see them. There's this invisible presence over you, next to you, around you, moving around the cliffside. One of them put some sort of massive box down next to you and opened it. Another has sat down, but you know it's there, but you can't see it, and it's. And then you realize what it is. It's those damn octopuses. They're coming for you. They're waiting for you to slip up.
Uncliff the king.
I'll think to myself, cuttlefish never cuddle quit, and I'll keep trying.
All right. Vanessa or Victor, what are the two of you doing?
I didn't even hear what Vanessa's thing was.
Yeah, what is my thing?
You are the high priestess, and there's a box of coins on your. There's a box of coins that are for some reason singing the French national anthem on your seat.
Okay.
as always happens.
This is the way of high priestesses.
She's gonna kick the box of coins.
Yeah.
Victor, you feel yourself get kicked. You go flying. Your various intricate stack of self goes scattering across the room as that box that contains you has been removed.
I mean, they're French coins. It makes sense that you would make them retreat.
Bravissimo.
Do you have anything you'd like to try, Victor?
I have a stack of fucking coins.
All of which are aware of each other, and one of which is planning treason.
Yeah. That doesn't stop them from being coins.
Well,
No.
I'm not surprised one of them is plotting treason, because if there's one thing we know to expect from coins, it's change.
Nope, weak.
I liked it.
But be that as it may, you do have the ability to do things, to influence your surroundings, influence your situation, however you would like.
Honestly, I think at this point, Victor's entire consciousness is just like, what the fuck is even happening here? And would like to, if possible, use the Velusian mantle.
Interesting. Yeah. What are you thinking of? What are you conjuring up as you're attempting to use the Velusian mantle?
Their own shape.
Okay.
To be fair, I do think it's funny. It just didn't make me want to put my head through something thus weak.
I'll try harder.
Spend the mana. Vanessa, you look as this scattering of coins, which are still, again, for some reason, playing the French national anthem. You don't know from where or how. Each the figure on the coins all turn into like the face on the coins all turn into Victor, like a photograph of Victor functionally.
Congratulations, you kicked
So
your
she
brother.
still knows who Victor is.
You know that Victor's
yeah,
your brother? Yeah.
Okay. Then she'll pick up the picture and look at it.
They're still coins. There's all these
Oh,
3,276 coins, all of which have a picture of Victor on the side of them.
she will pick up like a couple of the coins to look at the picture on them.
Victor, you are aware of part of you being lifted up towards this titanic creature that is now holding you.
Fuck is even happening? It's just. This is got to be the second worst hallucination I've been trapped in.
Vanessa, you look. The image of Victor is the mouth is moving. No sound's happening, but the mouth is moving.
She'll look at it, say hello.
Victor, a massive sound just echoes off of your ears painfully.
Fucking hell.
The coins react, Vanessa. Like it sounds like they're in pain, or it looks like they're in pain.
Oh. She will gather as many of the coins as she can.
Right. That'll take a while. Meanwhile, outside of you, Ginny, Kathleen, and Lily.
Yes.
We made rolls, and I'm wondering about windows.
Spot
Yes.
hidden. That was it.
I failed.
One failure, 2 successes.
Although I could. No, wait. No, I don't have
You were looking
14 to
for
spend. I only have
windows
10.
yeah. No windows, no vents as far as you can tell, but you can tell, both Lily and Katie, as you're looking around, the walls have suddenly, you didn't notice this earlier, but the walls seem to be slick with something.
Try the taser.
I'll stun baton.
I'm shooting the wall, too.
Bam!
I'm
Loud.
gonna stay back.
Loud report of a gun going off. Taser prods the wall. Nothing seems to happen. The bullet hits the wall. Doesn't seem to do anything, except echo. The sound of the gunshot going off in a relatively tight and closed environment, echoing and painfully in your ears.
Right.
All three of you in the dreams, painful, some immensely, intensely loud sound just rips through whatever environment that you are currently in and painfully rings in your ears.
Fucking round-headed bastards.
Make a intelligence check, Virginia.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
That was it. That was me V, not
Yeah,
the
you.
other V's.
You, yes.
52 out of success.
Just like mopping your ear, and it occurs to you, you do have a knife.
That's true. This is a supernatural thing, probably. I pull out my knife, I walk the wall, and I stab high and drag all the fucking way to the floor.
The knife
The
pierces
doorway.
into the wall, and you pull. There is an unearthly howl of pain that all six of you hear. A feeling of motion and shifting and... Second. All six of you find yourself standing in the parking lot next to your car. Ginny, knife in hand. Lillian, taser in hand. Kathleen, guns in hand. Lewis, Vanessa, and Victor on the ground, blinking, bleary-eyed.
I want to double check that we're actually in the parking lot this time.
The candles are next to you, not lit.
Okay.
I spin my knife. I spin the knife from having been in this position to pointing upward, and now I'm walking straight back towards that room.
All of you roll me a d10.
Those of us who were in the visions / hallucinations, are we still there, or are we back?
No, you're
to
back.
Ourselves?
You're back to yourselves.
Do we remember?
You remember it like a dream, less like it was real, like it was at the time.
Okay.
Right. Deduct the rolls that you made plus 5 from your current sanity.
Okay.
So not maximum, current.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Marching back inside.
Yeah, you march back inside. The crowd is back. All the people are still there. The exhibits are back. There's somebody off to one side loudly talking about, interesting aspects of the history of mineral rights in Jade County.
I'm just going
room.
straight through
Yeah.
to that specific room.
Yeah, in that room.
Okay, now, question, because this might be relevant, although it doesn't change how I reacted. Is the knife bleeding because it just stabbed something, or covered in gore or anything?
In the scabbard?
It's not in the scabbard.
No, you can put it away.
Oh, it's just down? It's
my
not.
hand.
It's not.
Stab shit.
It's not bleeding. There is some sort of substance on it, but it's not But it's not blood.
Okay. I stop in the middle of this museum with this knife, take out a rag, wipe it off so we've got that collected for analysis, and put the blade away.
Yep. No one seems to even notice. They're all busy with their own. They're all preoccupied with various things.
It's what happens when you visit a hellmouth.
Is everybody okay? Lewis is slowly getting to his feet.
Katie's just still on alert. Gun is out, ready for things to not actually be all better.
Was anybody else a horseshoe crab?
No. What just happened?
I think you might have been being digested.
What? No, the octopuses didn't get there.
You weren't an octopus.
I know. Thank God, those bastards. Sorry. That was strong language. I'm just trying to catch up.
Lewis, are you all right?
I don't know. It was like having a dream, sort of, but it felt real. And also, we're outside now. Did you all drag us out? Do you think there was a gas leak?
No, we cut open the monster that was eating us. It was digesting you.
What was happening? Okay, so your vision had some sort of monster thing.
No, there was a monster thing.
This was a some sort of like psychotropic. Can I make a occult roll to see if I've ever heard about anything like this?
Yeah, make an occult roll. Anyone who wants to make an occult roll.
I do.
Also,
I'm rolling occult.
Lily would have answered Lewis's question of like about being a horseshoe crab. It's like not since college.
Lovely.
I love that answer.
Fantastic.
5 successes. Are we gonna go for 6?
It's not
Yeah.
letting me make an occult roll. Oh, because I was in edit
sorry,
mode. Never
4
mind.
successes. 4 successes.
To be clear, I'm inside somewhere, so if hearing this conversation is the impetus for the
No,
roll,
it isn't.
mine wouldn't count. Okay.
Now I can't find my occult.
It
Skills
is
tab.
Is something occult happening to you?
skills tab. Below
Very
navigate,
possibly.
above operate heavy machine.
It's not there.
Hang on.
Did you delete
Wait.
it?
I left it in my other pair of pants.
I don't think you can delete the base skills.
You're on.
Not there.
What is directly
Impressive.
below navigate?
No, it's impressive.
No, it's gone. Yeah.
It's actually gone.
How
off the
did you
character
do
sheet.
that?
You deleted,
Holly?
you deleted your occult in edit mode. Yeah, you. hang on.
I
Oh,
didn't
there.
know that
Okay.
was
You hit it in
possible.
edit mode.
Hang on, yeah,
Just that good.
you hit it. Yeah, there it is. Now click it.
Oh, you hit it. Okay.
Yeah, because you can
You
hide.
if you're in edit mode, you can hide skills off the sheet, and she managed to hide a cult.
Sorry.
Holly, that is fucking impressive. I hats off to you.
Holly's gremlins are more terrifying than anything I can think of.
They are.
Amazing.
Now make it a go roll.
Okay. I made it.
All right.
Congratulations.
Oh, you're also on whisper to GM.
Oh,
Turn off the whispers.
That's okay. That's minor stuff. You didn't
But yeah,
actively
At
delete
least
a
you
skill.
rolled.
How do I
it's
turn off the
it's
whisper?
a 6. It was a 6 on the occult roll. Hard success. So mark it as
It's up.
success.
Up in your upper right-hand corner, there's whisper to keep her in edit mode.
upper.
Right-hand corner of
In
the,
the same
overall
spot where the
sheet.
edit mode button is.
It's actually, yeah, it's right next to edit mode.
Here, I'll just fix it
Oh,
for you.
I
There
see
you go.
it. I
There you
got
go.
it. I got it. Okay.
All right. Anyways,
Could
so
you
it was,
imagine if that was also hidden?
it was a 6, so you're good. All right. So all you except for Victor, which makes sense considering Victor was a bag of coins at the time. It was definitely, so the two of you that were asleep, definitely a dreamlike state, but also definitely real. Like you remember it like it was a dream, but you have the tactile memory of being there, which is not a thing you typically bring with you from dreams.
Now I'm just imagining the muscle memory of a cuttlefish.
Yeah, like Lewis, you find your hand scrimping in a weird way, as you're trying to flex the tentacles, like the tendrils that you had previously. Um, the three that were awake, you realize, well, except for Ginny, who has a different thing. The two of you that are outside still awake, you actually have no evidence that yours wasn't a dream or shared hallucination. So maybe it was a dream about where you were inside the mouth of a monster.
I mean,
None of you are familiar with anything that does this, though. There are classes of entities that are known to feed off of dreams or emotions or things like that, but not something that specific does this sort of variety of tactics at once to this large of a group. Typically, it's a one-on-one thing. You're already asleep. You're already dreaming, kind of thing.
Katie could conceivably be wrong, but she does not think so.
And Jenny, you have physical evidence of something, but you know you're experienced enough to know that that doesn't mean that it wasn't a dream or a hallucination or something that just happened to leave behind physical evidence. That's not even unheard of, as far as interfacing with these sorts of entities before. You don't have any knowledge of what it could have been, but you have a suspicion that, based on the fact that you have that saliva sample, it wouldn't have ended well if you hadn't stabbed it with a knife.
Yep. I come back out, looking annoyed.
All clear?
Yes, it is absolutely normal in there, and I'm gonna hold out the handkerchief with the goo on it. This is what was on my knife.
We should get out of here before it changes its mind.
Who has evidence bags? That's out of character. I just don't remember.
Any or all of you?
Yeah.
I'll pull out the evidence bag.
Drop it in
and say, but looking at Ginny while doing it, say, Ms. Reed, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I stabbed something that was trying to digest us.
Well, it sounds like you saved us, so thank you. Did anybody get hurt? Looks around.
As long as you guys aren't hurt, then I think we're all fine. But we might not find out until later.
Vic, are you okay?
I mean, it's not the weirdest hallucination I've been stuck in for a bit, but
I don't know that it was a hallucination. I think that I'm quibbling over details here, but a dream is not a hallucination.
Correct.
Well,
a hallucination is actively not things that are not real. What you experienced was real. It was just in your mind in your sleep.
I have dealt with a number of wild magic items that have done similar effects, is my point.
Fair.
Is this something from which there is any way to protect ourselves in the future? Is there any way to know that now before we send in the sample?
Hold up knife.
Anyone who wants to, let me see. This is not going to be strictly speaking a cold roll. This is going to be a something else. What would you
do? If it affects it, Lewis has sort of one follow up on that, just to.
This would be either just a straight Cthulhu Mythos roll, or a medicine check with a penalty die.
Can other people make this roll as well?
If Lewis is asking that out loud, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and I Lewis would just also say, is there any reason it only affected some of us and not all of us? Was there something that some of us were doing that all of us weren't?
Was nobody else reading that pamphlet?
Pretty sure that's it.
No, I'm asking.
That's right. I was reading a pamphlet.
I don't think I was reading a pamphlet.
Was
Yeah, I
Katie
don't-
reading the pamphlet? I'm asking the keeper.
Right.
Yes, actually, it was Katie. I think Katie and Lewis were the two that were reading it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we were too.
But it was Lewis and
Vanessa. And
Vanessa
Victor.
and Victor that had the pamphlet. Okay, so it had nothing to do with the pamphlet.
I won't say that it had nothing to do. It could have been the inciting incident.
I mean, the two of the people who collapsed were not reading a pamphlet. And of the two people who were reading a pamphlet, one of them collapsed. Statistically, these two look unrelated.
Other than the timing, yes. But the pamphlet, reading it could have opened up all of us to something, and it was just who it affected. Like, it's still possible, is my point.
So the one medicine with a penalty die.
Was
So
this something that
makes
somebody
that-
else
I
could roll?
That makes it 47. So
Yeah, I've already spent the point of luck.
Was this something somebody else could roll?
Yeah. This is just this is rolling for ideas for how to stop or protect it or protect from it.
The odds of this working are so low, but I'm going anyways. I'll roll the penalty just because.
All right. So with one success, that being Lewis's. It's hard. So the biggest difficulty that you're having right now is you didn't see it coming. You're not certain that it was possible to see it coming. So protecting against that is difficult. Protecting against the effects, caffeine pills.
So just not falling asleep.
Yeah, that's with just a success, just a basic success. That's as far as you sort of can get, is maybe protecting against the effects, maybe protecting against the sleep aspect of it, or protecting against, like, finding some sort of, sending something back to the lab and seeing if they can come up with some sort of antipsychotic or something, like, because you're not even certain if it was actually a dream. Jenny's right. If it was a hallucination versus a dream, those are two different things. If you know the solutions for one versus the other, you don't have enough information about what happened to really formulate a defense against it right now.
Okay.
Then I am firmly convinced at this point that you are just stalking my Letterboxd account for ideas of what to do, because over the last week I watched the entire Elm Street series, as well as a found footage horror film that ends with the two protagonists being stuck in the intestinal tract of a giant cosmic horror type creature.
I've never opened the Letterboxd website in my life, so
I choose not to believe you.
When we were on, it was the three of us, right? Points to himself and to Vanessa and Victor.
Katie nods.
When we were asleep, did you try to wake us up? I mean, I understand.
Yes.
I'm not faulting you if not.
It didn't look like sleep.
Okay.
Yes, I did try to wake you up.
There was an eye movement, and your pupils were completely dilated as well.
The only thing I can.
Your eyes didn't close, and you collapsed instantly.
The only thing I can think of is just taking things to keep us awake for now. But it sounds like it's such a sudden onset that would be more detrimental to our ongoing operational abilities than it would to, actually trying to prevent this in the future. I'm sorry, gang. I wish I knew more.
No, with the symptoms having been explained to at least three of you, at least from what they were seeing, you can get anyone that wants can make me a medicine check. This is going to be to sort of figure out exactly what it was that was happening, not as opposed to the initial one, which was just, are they still alive?
Okay, but those of us who were out can't.
Well, you were just told the
Right.
symptoms.
No,
so
we
you
just
can-
told you.
Yeah, you were told the symptoms, so you can
So-
make a medicine
Oh,
check.
okay. Oh, extreme success.
Sadly, I do not have 54 luck to spend.
Well, Lewis again. Dilated pupils is a physiological reaction. It is typically a reaction. The brain is trying to take in light because it is unable to, for whatever reason, the optic nerves are not behaving properly. Instant collapse, not associated with sleep necessarily, although cosmic horror, whatever. Based on the descriptions, your eyes didn't close, you just hit the ground, and your pupils were dilated. If what they were seeing was accurate, which is the asterisk here, that was more of a drug than just falling asleep. So if they're analyzing that, whatever was on the knife would be your first step, honestly.
Oh, hey, real quick, does anybody have a syringe? Because it could also be something in the blood. We should check and see if there are any trace elements. And Lewis starts rolling up his sleeve.
Yeah, blood work would be ideal.
Somebody should take a draw.
Katie wouldn't have that.
Grab.
Oh, yeah, knife. Yeah, they'll do it.
No,
I-
yeah. Honestly, it's the only thing that I don't think anybody actually has a
Katie
syringe.
wants
So
to spend some time.
I have a complete med kit, so yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say we totally
Too
have
late.
a med kit. Actually, I think that's in character. If just Ginny just pull out the knife.
yep.
Whoa! We have a med kit. Look,
Okay, fair. No, fair. I legitimately had forgotten that. Forgive me. It's been a stressful 15 minutes.
Hey, it absolutely has. And Miss Reed, I admire the enthusiasm. And if there was no other way, fair. Maybe not with the right.
It's only extra damaging to supernatural creatures. To us, it's just a knife.
Right. Oh, so all of us would just fine. Okay.
It is, however, that is a good point. It is not completely like pharmaceutically cleaned against the goo that was on it. So maybe I should not stab you with it.
Jack.
What even sample contamination and all that.
Or maybe I should, and that would be a good see what happens when
Pause.
Well, what?
Jack.
Back burner.
Greg. Pause. Jack.
Katie's trying to remember if anybody touched the walls, and if so, in what order, at what time. Is there a roll I could make for that?
Yeah, it would be a. It'll be a. It'll be an education roll with a penalty die.
Don't fuck me. God damn it. I will use my luck.
So 93 using.
How much luck is that?
That would be 21.
19.
No, 29 to go from 93 to 72.
Sorry, 21. Yes.
Okay. 21 is easier math. There we go. I'm using my luck.
Right. Not all of you touched the wall. Like one or two of you, like just to touch, lean up against it to look at something or read something, sure. But definitely not all of you touched the wall.
Did the three who collapsed touch the wall?
Victor, Vanessa, Lewis. I feel like Lewis probably did. Victor or Vanessa, do you feel like either one of you are the kind of person to lean against a wall while reading something?
Not really.
Sometimes, but I don't think she was.
Craig?
Lewis totally touched the walls.
Yeah. You don't think Victor or Vanessa did, but Lewis definitely did.
I probably did while I was stabbing it. Like,
Well-
because it was brace yourself, stab up,
Yeah.
and drag all the way down.
Katie's thinking before the whole.
Yeah,
mess
no,
went
for
down, yeah.
sure.
Well, pre-collapse.
Just for future questions.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to remember, but yeah, the clearest person that you can think of touching the wall is definitely Lewis. All right. So, with the med kit to take a blood sample, it's gonna be a first aid check. Who wants to take a blood sample for Lewis?
I will. Let's see, first aid.
That's a success. Mark it off. Yeah, you collect a blood sample. Add one vial Lewis blood to your inventory.
Hey, just like being at the Red Cross. Great work, Lillian.
All right. So, what's next on the agenda, guys?
Getting the fuck out of Dodge.
I really want to just go in there and find that thing and keep stabbing, to be honest. But I know that's probably not the best idea.
Also, we can't necessarily find it just because we want to.
When you went back in, did you stab the wall at all?
No, there were people in there at that point.
Do you want to try it one more time? We could leave everybody.
We've already
else
been made.
I didn't hear that out of character. I'm sorry.
We've already been made.
Oh, fair.
To be fair, you've been made by the county, like globally. Individual human beings panicking in front of you would still be a problem.
Right.
Yeah, but that it might not be a problem that isn't worth it, is what I'm saying.
If somebody can spot me, I can secretly stab the wall.
I'll go with you. Everybody else should stay outside. Maybe we should tie a rope or something. I mean, I don't think we could do that subtly, but how about I put my phone on speaker in my pocket, Kathleen. I could call you so you can hear us.
I put my phone on the hood of Victor's car, ready to put it on speakerphone so everybody can hear it.
I feel like I agree with Ms. Reed. I feel like it would be good to know if this is a transitory thing or if it's localized to this museum.
All right.
I mean, if it's is it a hermit crab hiding in the shell or is it something flitting around like an eel and coral? Sorry, I'm having trouble getting out of the horseshoe crab mindset.
Or an octopus.
Don't get me started. Sorry.
Don't be racist against octopuses.
Look, they know what they did.
All of them?
It was a really intense dream, okay? Sorry.
Let's go stab the wall. Just at the very least to make sure that it's not eating people in there.
Yeah.
Random people that walk in.
No, you're absolutely right.
Heading back in.
I've got Lewis's call on speakerphone out here.
So yeah, back in.
Virginia Reed's gonna have to stab a building?
Go ahead. We'll say with Lewis giving you aid, go ahead and do either a sleight of hand or a stealth. I think stealth is proper. Yeah. Sleight of hand or stealth with a bonus die.
Okay, stealth is definitely better. I will spend 1 luck.
And 1 luck for that
How many
success.
do you have left, if I may ask?
That leaves me with a total of 9.
All right, that's about where I expect you to be.
All right, yeah. Yeah, you spend
If
luck.
I'm in double digits, I'm doing something wrong.
I know, it was vaguely unsettling when you told us how much you had at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, so yeah, you walk in,
Yep.
find the room.
Doody
lean up
doody
against
doo.
it, Casual.
Jab, jab.
Jab,
Jab, jab, jab, jab.
Yes. Casual scrape the knife and stab. No.
Just
doesn't-
full behind the back, leaning against the wall, like prison shank stabbing.
Yeah. You're getting some drywall coming through as you stab it a couple times, and definitely bits of the wallpaper have gone off. There's some dust gathered
Okay.
at your feet now.
Okay, but nothing else.
Doesn't seem to be anything else happening now.
Pocket knife. Look over at Lewis and just nod a little bit.
Meanwhile, outside, after about a couple seconds after Ginny and Lewis went in, over the call, you're hearing motion and movement from Ginny and Lewis as the phone calls on. You're listening to the speakerphone, and then after a few seconds, you just start to hear.
I assume that's heavy breathing.
Yeah, it's not
It's not coming on the mic.
It's coming through on the stream at least, but yes, heavy breathing, and then just muttering 70, 70, 76, 70, 70, 77, 70, 78, 79.
Can we still hear
80?
Victor and Lewis? I mean, Virginia and Lewis.
You like this is like sort of all like in with the sound of Lewis's like pockets rustling is sort of backdrop to this. 70, 70, 79, 80.
I'm gonna take it
No,
off
80,
speakerphone.
fuck. You turn as soon as you take it off speakerphone and put it up to your ear.
And no, leave it on the hood of the car.
Okay.
Tell Victor to call Virginia and tell her to get out, and then I'll listen to it again.
You turn
But
off
I don't want
speakerphone.
it. I don't want it to hear me.
When
Is
you,
what's going on.
when you turn it off speakerphone, the sound of rustling clothes goes away, but you continue to hear, as if you hadn't turned it off speakerphone. Fuck, not 80, 80, no, 77, 78.
Victor will call.
Not 80! And then nothing else. Victor, you call Virginia.
At what point is this? So have we just finished stabbing the wall?
You have. We'll say yeah. We'll say yes.
Okay. Hello?
Something fucked is happening with phone call that is trying to be operated over right now. Maybe get out of there.
All right, fair, but I need to ask an important question. If things are happening via if things are being fucked, as you said, via phone call, how do I trust that this phone call is accurate?
Because
You
I'm not
can't,
muttering
and the phone
random
hangs up.
numbers.
So who was that?
Let's go.
Okay.
Victor, you didn't hear Ginny's response.
All right. I just hung up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hopefully she got that.
I've still got my phone call going, and it's back on speaker, just in case somebody talks on it again.
Yep. No. You not on speaker. You hear the rustling of clothes. No further sounds.
I have no intention to hang up the phone.
And then Jenny and Lois
I
go out.
am,
Oh.
as we're walking, I am dialing. I am dialing an automated line.
Okay.
Any automated line, it doesn't matter.
The bureau definitely has like set up like for experimentation purposes a number of set up automated lines. Definitely.
Yep.
So yeah, you dial an automated line. It's like it's just a number station basically, like
Okay.
1, 2,
Right.
3, like automated voice.
What do you want?
4, 5, 6, and then there's a skip. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, and then it hangs up.
All right, fine.
Something funny
Can
with
I-
the phone?
Can I estimate how many people would have been in the museum or in the main room?
Give me an you can give me an anthropology check. I am glad that there's an anthropology skill. Hard to tell.
I'm really tempted to just spend 76 lux for the hell of it.
It'll let you improve your anthropology.
They would let
Yeah.
you.
I'm gonna leave it to a coin flip. The coin says yes. I'm spending 76 luck.
Yeah.
Spend 76 luck. Mark that as a success.
Get him, girl.
Thinking about it's hard to tell because you didn't go all the way through the museum, but estimating the base density of the crowd, number of rooms, somewhere between 70 and 85.
I will comment that it seems likely that that counting was how many people were in the museum. Because there's about that many people. There seems like there should be about that many people in the building.
Katie is puzzling over this, but has no idea what to do with it.
And Ginny and Lewis come back out.
If this is too metagamey,
Mhm.
let me know. I'm just wondering if Lewis can sort of look around and get a sense of the demeanor of the people inside. Are these normal people looking at a museum, or are these bits of stage dressing?
Give me a psychology roll.
Okay.
With a success, they seem to be normal people.
I will if I can ask this.
Sure.
If I spend 3 points of luck to drop that to a hard success, would that change what I learn? Would that would that be enough to change what I learned?
It might.
Okay. Yeah, I will do it because I think Lewis is focusing on it, and I won't be upset if the answer is still seems like normal people.
On a hard success, you have definitely you definitely recall that not everybody in this county seems like a real person. And you didn't get a good look at everybody in the museum, but of the people that you could get a good look at without being too weird or without being too like in their face, they seemed to be behaving in a manner that would indicate they are normal human beings, not some sort of, because there's been a distinct difference between the actions and activities of what you would assume aren't actually people or just are manifestations or extensions of the domain of whatever this fucking is. But these people just seem to be they're not, there's nothing particularly weird or pointed about the way they're moving, walking, nothing stilted in their mannerisms, nothing odd about their dress, nothing odd about the content of their conversations. As far as you can tell from the limited sample size you have, it seems like normal people.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's helpful.
Generally speaking, higher levels of success will get you more information if it's available. So that's not a bad thing to think about when spending luck.
Just I don't know if we've done that before, and I just wanted to make sure that was okay to do.
Yep. So the 6 of you are back together.
All right, what's next?
What happened
That
with the
was
phones?
fucking weird.
There was something speaking through the phone.
whatever was in there, by the way, doesn't seem like it's still there.
Ginny,
Right? At least I didn't see anything.
Ginny, make a
We're
reactive
wondering if it did.
Ginny, make a reactive psychology check, by the way. Never mind.
It seemed to be counting the number of people inside.
Oh.
She glances at Lillian to confirm.
Mine was. Sorry, go ahead.
It is counting just below 80 and estimating by how many people we did see. That is in the ballpark of how many people should be in there.
Also seemed to be annoyed that the number wasn't 80 specifically.
Or that it was 80 and it didn't want it to be.
The
number was wrong.
From my side, it said we can't trust the phone conversations. And then when I attempted to make contact again, it was on one of the numerically ascending automated lines, and it stopped at 6 and just repeated 6 5 times.
6 times.
6 times before disconnecting.
Well, if we're counting
6.
people.
Yes, there are 6 of us.
There are 6 of us. Also, 6 times is 36. I don't know if that correlates. No, it's not even close to how many people were inside.
Also, 666, 666.
Yeah.
Can I? Is there anything that seems numerologically important about any of the numbers that we've heard? I don't think so. I think it's just there are 6 of us and there were nearly 80 people inside. But I want to double check.
6 has a number of means numerology.
Yeah, 6 has
yes, but I'm asking which ones are relevant.
Yeah, 6 has a number of meanings. It also just has there's lots of different meanings that you can glean from them. Whether or not any of them are relevant is difficult because of the limited amount of information you've got. Hang on one second. Let me look something up real quick.
Any of them that seem promising?
Mother.
Yeah, so 6 is mother. So it's the mother of all numbers. It means trustworthy, sympathetic, gentle, loving.
It's about family bonds.
Yeah. Then again, 6, because of the number of times there are 6 of you. 666 is the number of the beast.
Anything with 80?
Let me see.
Because we have to, as far as Katie's concerned, these are connected incidents, and if a solution does not connect the 2 of them, it's unlikely.
80?
Generally, when it's multiple digit numbers, the numerology matters when you add all the numbers together.
Yeah,
it's
then
not.
It would be 8.
Yes,
80 is a building number. It would be the start of a sequence. It is typically a beneficial sequence. It would be beneficial to society at large from the context of from a human perspective at least. And it's an
all of this is making me think number. All of this is making me think it's definitely not some occult number.
The only one I would argue is mother, because we are talking about the birth of an entity.
However, because you got an extreme success on your occult, you're dealing with otherworldly creatures and entities. Mother, birth, that sort of rings relevant to you, and building systems, institutions. If you ignore the beneficial to society aspect and just consider it to be a building number, like a number related to building or construction,
that makes it more relevant.
Building, mother, birth, all seem to be related in a general sense. I mean, there might be something more specifically that ties them down the road or something that you're missing, but those three do seem relevant to each other from a numerology perspective. And yes, it did seem from your recollection, it did seem like the voice was angry that it was 80. But as the six of you ponder the significance of 6 and 80 and whatever it is that you just encountered, that's where we're going to take our break for the evening. So those of you that are watching live, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, grab a drink, grab a snack, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're back. A dinosaur story. So, you are all currently standing in a parking lot next to a Winnebago and a Mustang, or Camaro. Having conversations about numbers. What you doing
I
next?
feel like we should just go to the lake at this point.
Katie agrees.
I did want to ask. You're right. I feel like we have little to lose in trying to get to the direct center. It's not like we're keeping ourselves safe, or even indirect investigation like this is still drawing quite a bit of attention. But I did want to ask, the voice that you said you heard on the phone, Misery, did you recognize it?
No. I'm assuming that if I had, you would have told me. So no.
Nope.
It didn't sound human necessarily. I'm extrapolating.
Okay. And Victor, how about you? You said you also heard and Kathleen.
I mean, it sounded like a person who was in kind of like a half panic state. That points at I am forgetting Jack's character's name.
Kathleen.
Points at Kathleen. She was the one who had the actual phone call.
Well, it was on speaker. You all heard it.
Yeah, like we all heard it, but she was the one who had the phone call, which just to respond to. You start talking to me specifically about it.
It sounded like a person. You also had one.
Yeah, my recollection, and I may be wrong, but my recollection.
So the thing is, I didn't hear a damn thing. Like I said my bit, and then the phone cut out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Well, let's leave it as established, because Lewis is probably a little shaky on the details too. But then my out of character question is: does Lewis remember if there was an admission counter by the entrance? Sometimes public building, there's a guy with a little clicker, counting how many people come in and out.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So there was a person keeping track of numbers, right? And they sounded a little distressed.
Yeah.
Can I remember if that person looked distressed?
Not particularly. I was bored more than anything else.
Okay. Do we think it's worth, and it might not be, but I'm just throwing it out. Remember, no bad ideas. Is it worth going and checking with the admission counter? Because there is somebody who's concerned with the numbers inside that building that we know of. Maybe they're more than they seem.
Confirm how many people there were, and let us know if we're on track.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I don't think that I have my doubts that that is the person we heard.
Oh, it's not him.
My assumption is phone calls contain static and dead air, and electronic transmissions of dead air are often pick up spectral sounds of entities from the ethereal plane or otherwise beyond the veil. That's my assumption of what we picked up, but that's just speculation.
Hey, you know what? That's good to know. And I always find that too much information is better than not enough. So thank you.
My concern with asking them is they're more likely to have a count for the day and not the current number of people in the building.
Well, but we could find out, maybe what the total amount allowed in the building is. There's got to be a fire code number posted, or at least there should be.
I don't think it would hurt to ask. It might not be terribly useful, but if it is, we would want to know.
Look, if we don't get anything from it, we lose 3 minutes max. If we do, you know. So I'll nip back in.
I would
Stay
recommend
as
not
close to
going
the exit as you can.
I would
Yeah.
recommend not going in alone because
No,
regardless
rule
of
two-
what has been
rule-
said in previous sentences, it very much could hurt to ask. We're in Jade County.
Well, that's fair. But yeah, rule 2. So is anybody else willing to come with me?
I'll go with you.
Okay. Thank you, Vanessa. And Lewis will head towards the back towards the door to the museum.
Okay. You head inside.
I think as we're walking in, Lewis picks up as though he were in the middle of a conversation with Vanessa. Going, no, I know, I'm sorry. I always do this, and I'll turn to look to the person. Sorry, I always do this. She's so tired of it. What does the person look like?
Person at the admissions counter.
Yeah.
The
or whoever has the
it's
quickie
it's the platonic ideal of a bored high schooler that's working a summer job.
Okay.
Like dark hair, pale skin, a band T-shirt, like with a official museum like apron over top that. Sitting on a computer, phone in one hand. It's not like a clicky pen or anything. It's literally just, it's all digital, so it's just like a digital counter off to one side that they occasionally just reach over and fiddle with. What's that about you? Yeah, can I help you?
Yeah. I'm sorry to bother you. I'm always curious with little local places like this, in the museum. How many people do you get coming in and out? In a day. Is this what day of the week is out of character? What day of the week is it?
Looks like a Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah, so on a Tuesday, something like this, how many people do you have coming in and out of a place like this? Because it seemed like you had a pretty good number of folks. I think that's really cool.
I mean, it depends on the middle of tourist season, like we're in now. It's just like anywhere between, I don't know, like 80, 90 or so to like a couple hundred.
So, and that's per day, right? Not all at once.
In like like the not all at once, like on an averaging out, right? But it's like that's during busy season. When it's not busy season, like on a good day, we'll have like 30, 40.
Okay. How many have you had today, if you know?
Looks over the counter. 92.
Okay.
Counting the two of you.
All right. Thanks. Like I said, I know there's a random question. I'll look over at Vanessa. Try to indicate through eyebrow movement anything else you want me to ask.
Give me a give me
an eyebrow waggle check.
Hang on.
I've got a 99 in that.
I believe it.
Give me a charm from Lewis and psychology from Vanessa.
Oh my God, how did I fail it?
Jeez. Yeah, I knew that.
Yes, this is the best possible result.
Vanessa, Lewis is currently waggling his eyebrows at you as if he just told a funny joke.
She will start laughing because she's trying to play along and isn't quite sure what's going on right now.
Lewis, Vanessa starts laughing at you.
Yeah, I know. And I'll turn and kind of shrug to the kid behind the counter. Well, again, hey, listen, you've been great. I really appreciate it. We probably ought to get going.
Cool. He's looking at you with the same disinterest that any teenager working this job as a summer job would have, which is to say, you've stopped interacting with me. I'm going to start ignoring you again now. Thanks. Bye.
That's right. You no longer exist. Okay.
Yeah.
quick check around to see if we've drawn any actual interest from anyone else in here.
Not as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Going with the bit, she will put her arm around Lewis and say, "Come on, sweetie, let's go."
Okay. Lewis will like hover hand arm around the shoulder, like
Make a listen
very
check.
I don't
professional.
actually have consent for this, and I'm HR.
Both of you.
I was
make
gonna
a-
say I'm waiting for the HR comments.
Both of you make a listen check.
Okay. Wow, boy, howdy. I'm way too focused on where my hand is.
Yep. No, y'all are moving on out.
Can I push this?
No. This
Okay.
is hearing something.
Alright.
This is hearing something said, muttered offhandedly, like behind you as you're walking away. Yeah, not gonna be. That's something you can really strain to
Oh.
hear.
Can you tell us what it was out of character? Because I really want to know as a player now.
Maybe later. Anyways, you guys exit.
She'll keep her arm around him until they get to the others. This is fun.
Lewis's arm goes down as soon as they're out the door.
All right, and the rest of you see them coming back.
Sorry, I don't think we got anything particularly useful.
Like 90 people have been there today. 92.
I forgot out of character. I mentioned it before, and then I forgot out of character to look for one of those maximum occupancy signs.
Give me a spy and check.
Okay.
Did we see anybody walking into the building between the numbers being said and the number check?
No.
1 second, because that just ticked. And Victor's gonna real quick just walk in, take a look at the ticker to see if it still says 92, and then walk back out.
I mean, you can't see it unless you're like at the desk, like you're standing right over the desk because it's behind your face.
Shove them aside.
Lean over and look. Just do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
I mean,
why not? What's he gonna do? It's just a high school kid.
He legitimately doesn't care.
You've got a gun. What's he gonna do?
he's legitimately just going to walk up and be like, "Hey, kid, what's the count?"
Huh? He looks at you confused.
It's the admission count.
Oh, like right now, 92.
Cool. Thanks. Head out.
Looks very confused as you head out.
Love it.
You can also give me a spy and check if you want while you're walking out.
Yes.
On your way out, you do see maximum occupancy is 142 people. Or 1,042 people.
Whoa. Okay.
Maximum occupancy is calculated like 30 square foot per person, so it's.
Yeah, I apologize. I don't know why my response to that was so out of.
I don't know.
I'm very into
It's a
Luke's
relatively
mind
small
space
museum.
tonight.
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry. I'm just excited about everything. I'm just glad to be here, guys.
Yeah, 1,042.
I mean, what a wonderful social occasion that we're all sharing together.
Okay. Victor walks back out. Okay. Admission tick does not count all of us automatically, so that wasn't what I was thinking it was. By the way, maximum occupancy was 1,024.
42.
Oh, okay. Well,
42.
not on the mark. It does seem like it probably should have changed, although maybe it's only people who pass by the admission desk.
Yeah, my thought was that when you said 92, if you count us being counted twice, that because there are 6 of us, if you count us twice because we've had situations going on. That's 80, not counting us.
That is
which is
true.
the number that the voice was annoyed with.
Which
I mean,
means
we were
what?
removed from the situation.
But I don't know why
I was
counted
just curious, but because it wasn't ticking up automatically, I don't think that's the case. I don't think we got counted going in twice.
Here's my
Plus away from
question.
80.
Let's assume that it is. What does that mean?
I don't fucking know, but it makes it something that might be worth paying attention to.
I think we should pay attention to it anyway until we know it isn't.
Oh yes, we keep it in mind, but also I don't want. We're going down a particular rabbit hole instead of just saying, okay, here's 80, here's 6, here's what it might relate to. Let's move on.
I do think there's not much more to be gotten here.
Yeah.
I for what it's worth, I absolutely respect your collective expertise.
Let's get moving towards the lake, shall we?
Katie's gonna ride in the Winnebago again, and she's got something she wants to set up in the back.
Okay. So most of you pile into the Winnebago. 2 of you pile into the Camaro.
Maybe if you guys are gonna rotate the music controls, maybe set like a song time limit.
I think it's really interesting to see what people pick.
The rules are what the rules are.
Katie isn't even participating in this conversation this time around. She's in the back messing with speakers and phones.
So, what are you doing in the back of the Winnebago, Katie?
Katie is setting up. She's got a phone, not the phone she usually uses. Called the one of the automated lines.
Okay.
She's muted the input from her end and plugged it into a speaker so that it can be heard across the Winnebago.
Make me a luck roll.
Success.
Okay, so you're driving, or you're the Winnebago is driving. You're all on the road. You're heading to Lake Haven. A few minutes in, Katie, you hear fuck, shit, god damn it. Okay, maybe. Fuck. Wake up. I need you to wake up. And then nothing else.
I'm going to write down everything I hear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a transcript.
Yeah.
Of everything I remember being said and everything that I hear from here on in.
Sure. Did you tell the rest of us that you were doing that?
Well, you would have heard the numbers counting up, so you could have asked for an explanation and she would have given it. So yes, you can know.
Fair enough.
But she just did it. She didn't ask for permission.
Oh, I thought it was silent
legit.
until that.
No,
Okay.
it would have had the numbers counting up.
Yeah.
Did
Right?
it?
Yeah, you would have, specifically it would have been the Spanish number. So you would have been hearing the numbers in Spanish, just uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. So, like a very robotic voice. And then, like 15 minutes into driving, the numbers cut out and you all heard that. Those of you that are in the Winnebago. And then, after a few seconds of silence, the numbers start coming back again.
Oh, she's also going to
Sorry, go ahead.
send an email to home office, to the Chicago office,
Mhm.
letting them know that all phone communication is confirmed compromised. Any other communication may be as well. She doesn't know that that's going to get across, but it might.
Jeremy?
Did we hear? Did the rest of us hear what was said?
Yeah.
The wake up thing.
Yes.
Jenny frowns, goes into the back, from the passenger seat. Goes into the back, grabs like some I don't know, hand towels or like paper towels or something like that. Sets them down on the counter. Actually, is there a stove in here?
Yeah, it's a window. Yeah.
Turns on the stove.
It'd be like an
Waits for
stove,
about
but...
Yeah, waits for about a minute or so, and then puts the back of her hand down on the stove.
Make a power roll, and then make a Constitution roll.
Okay. Power, not so good. Constitution, much better.
Okay, so you don't immediately start screaming as you burn your hand on the stove.
Yes.
Very badly.
I don't wake up.
You don't, I mean, not as far as you can tell, you don't wake up.
Okay. It was worth a shot. Do we have burn cream?
Take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Burn.
You asked that in character?
Yes.
A few
I'll
seconds.
go check the first aid kit.
A few seconds after you ask that question, the numbers go away, and you hear, there was a reaction. What was that? What did you do? And the numbers come back.
Oh. Wow.
How much burn cream do we have exactly as I turn the stove back on?
No, wait, what are you doing?
I'm going to walk back there too. Lewis is driving, and I'm going to ignore Lewis, and I'm going to fish around in the first aid kit and show Ginny just what's in there so that she can continue experimenting.
How much damage can I do to myself in an attempt to get reactions from the person?
How many hit points do you have?
I have 8
left. There you go.
I just want to say, because I don't want to be actually doing it, because I think it would be hell for the listeners, please be aware that through the remainder of this scene, because he is following the Camaro, Lewis is not pulling over, but the entire scene is like in the background is Lewis going, hey, what do you, guys, hey, is everybody, what, come on, don't do that. And that's just going on constantly throughout whatever is about to happen.
Fantastic.
She tells you nothing, gives you no details because she knows how you would feel about this.
Yeah, I know. So, okay. So I'm not going to interrupt, but I want to be clear. Lewis is constantly interrupting in the background, and I would assume you are both ignoring him.
Completely.
Okay, great.
Actually, we're not going to do burns because burns are harder to address and treat. So, put my hand down on the table, palm up.
Other side. You've got too many nerves on that side.
Fair.
Katie actually contributes that.
Yeah, fair.
Lillian will comment.
Tonk!
Lillian will also comment, I can always zap you with the stun baton and see if that gets a reaction.
Well, let's see what this did. As I bleed on the table.
Did you cut yourself or hit yourself with a hammer? What was that?
No, I stabbed myself in the back of the hand with my knife.
Power check with a bonus die because you're using a magically active device, and then a Constitution check.
Hand is the worst place to cut yourself.
25. That's a hard success.
And a Constitution?
Constitution check.
What is the failure? What is the bad if I push this?
You can't push this, unfortunately.
Okay.
You sit up screaming as a person you do not recognize is grabbing you by the shoulders. Whoa, calm down, hold on. God, please stop screaming. Please hand over your mouth. Stop screaming. I need you to make a, let me see, what's going to be the roll? To everyone else, Virginia's just staring at her hand. I don't think anything happened. And we should probably bandage this.
So Virginia is still there for us. Doing Virginia stuff.
Yep. I need you to make a...
Katie's going to suggest we try this stun gun.
We'll get back to that in a second.
Going to...
I need you to make a sanity roll.
Okay. Hold on just 1 second here. All right. Sanity roll?
Yes.
Success.
You succeed, which means you can stop screaming if you want.
Yes, I will stop screaming.
Jesus, fuck, you're awake. Okay. The person you're looking at in front of you, haggard-looking human, pale skin, dark hair, scraggly, tattered clothes. You're in a relatively dark room, and if you look to your left and right, you see the rest of your team just laid out on beds, they kind of like hospital beds to a degree, or like gurneys, with like IVs attached to them, various things, and like a whole like digital monitoring suite on one wall with what looks almost like a ritual altar on another wall. Okay.
I stand up. I'm assuming I'm IV'd up or something.
Yeah, you're IV'd up. There's no wound on your hand or anything.
Yank them the fuck out. Like, where are we? What day? What's the date?
Quiet.
What's going on?
Quiet. He says, he moves over and starts like adjusting things.
Sorry. Drops down to whisper. I'm not going to whisper because microphone.
Yeah.
Drops down to whisper. Where are we? What date is it? And what's going on?
Okay. Jade County. You're in the Jade County AWE. Smith. I'm your Smith. And he's going around and like turning off the audio feed and everything. Okay. What do you know?
That depends on what the last thing. You're gonna need to tell me things first.
Okay. I don't know the date. I've been in here. I lost connection with the outside. Complicated. I didn't technically lose connection to the outside until I woke up. But since I woke up, I lost connection to the outside. You all came driving in Winnebago in a Camaro. 4 days ago.
Oh boy.
There's, as to what's going on, quietly, he's like gestures for you to follow him.
Yep.
And he goes over to this seems like a relatively ramshackle like hut that you're in. He opens the door, and outside you see. Make a sanity roll. You see,
that's fair. Yep, can't do anything about that.
Roll a d6.
If only I had more luck.
Roll a d6.
That's not rolling dice. There we go. 6.
Subtract that from your
minus
current
6.
Sanity.
Yep. I'm
you,
below 50.
As you look out and you see the familiar mountain structure that you had seen in the distance previously, but instead of a normal like summer day, there is a vortex of water, like a hurricane spout, but still extending out from beyond the mountain, the visible mountains into the sky. This massive, frozen in time vortex of water. The sky is dark. The area around you is barren, except for the ruins of buildings in which you are in one. This is the reality of the Jade County AWE. He says, gesturing out and then closing the door after you've got a few seconds to look. It's complicated.
Right. Of
This is-
course it is.
This is the waking reality of the Jade County AWE. What you've been in and what your friends are still in, he says, gesturing at the rest of them, is the sleeping version of it. It's not a dream, but it's not a dream, but you are asleep, or you were.
It's a vision type thing. It's an alternate reality.
Yes,
it's a hibernation.
Yes, it's a dream world to a degree.
It's the Matrix.
Kind of, but magic.
Right, the magic Matrix. Yes.
When you enter Jade County, you are asleep.
Right.
That's why it seems so weird. That's why certain things seem off. That's why there are people from all over the place there. That's why some people don't feel like actual people.
Everything you say makes sense. I just need one thing. Prove it.
He rattles off a number, and then you heard me counting, and then you heard me tell you you couldn't trust the phones, and this is all the same voice now that you're thinking about it that you did hear before, and you started to hear bleed through from calling the number line.
Right. None of that is necessarily proof, because that's something. If you had placed me in the Matrix now, you could use all of these experiences too.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. He holds up his hand and holds up a particular sign, and I need you to make a power check.
Okay.
All right.
Hard success.
Your head hurts, but not in a physical sense, in a metaphysical sense. As you blink and you see an aura around this person and veins of lines of power connecting him out to the world around him, to the computers, to your asleep friends, to you, as he's holding up this symbol. And he continues to hold it for a couple seconds. You should be seeing an aura right now. It's probably causing some pressure in the head. I am a para-utilitarian as well. This is the sign of power. You recently connected to the butcher's knife. It lets you it lets you bless a weapon so that it can deal damage to metaphysical creatures. I don't know how to prove the twin realities of the Jade County AWE.
That's all good enough. I'm walking over to everybody else.
I can't wake.
I'm assuming you've tried everything.
Yeah, I can't wake any of you up. I can interface with you while you're in the dream, but I can't wake you myself.
Have you? I assume you have. But just in case, if not, have you tried slapping?
I've tried slapping. I've tried electrodes.
Any kind of physical.
I've tried drugs, electrodes. That one, he says, pointing at Lewis, currently has enough caffeine in his system to keep him awake for a month.
That tracks.
That's to explain why he is the way he is.
No, that's just Lewis.
That was before I tried my experiments on him.
Nothing.
How are you getting those communications through?
He gestures to the devices, and you look at, and there's a bank of computers that, to a degree, honestly, looks kind of matrixy. It's just a bunch of data flowing.
Right.
And he's like, I've rigged this up with my own abilities. He says, gesturing towards the devices.
Where's the mic?
There isn't a mic. That was just me talking near you, basically. Audio from during moments of heightened stress, during moments of heightened connection, when your own ability to sense the world around you are heightened, you can hear me sometimes just in the world. That, he says,
Right.
gesturing at the computer, is how I've been sort of keeping track of vaguely what you're doing.
Got it. I walk over to Kathleen. Kathleen, wake up! I understand the shaking doesn't help,
Yeah.
but it helps me.
Yeah. Kathleen, so in the dream, are you wanting to
The assumed dream.
the assumed dream?
I
don't trust anything you say.
That's fair.
Assumed dream.
yeah.
What do you say? Jenny's just like currently bandaging her hand.
I have not. No, Ginny got electrocuted.
Oh,
first.
yeah. She got electrocuted first. It didn't seem to have a reaction, and then began bandaging her hand.
I've started
Now, to be fair,
examining the stove. I am not done trying to piece this together because we have an entire drive to figure it out, and I am going to.
Okay. So what are you?
I think it's something to do with the stove now.
Right. What are you doing with the stove?
What kind of is it? Electric or
it's
gas?
Electric stove.
First I turned it on. I turned all of the heating elements on all the way and just watched them heat up.
Okay.
To see if anything would happen then. And if nothing did, I broke it. I just broke the glass top and started pulling it apart. Just
While it was
hammer.
still on?
No, I'll turn it off first, but I'm not
Okay.
going to wait for it to cool down. Just hammer.
Okay. Give me
Lillian will comment before the stove can be broken that the reaction was to being burnt.
Well,
So
we
you
we
might-
don't know that. All we know is that it said something worked. The stove was interacted with. Ginny did get hurt, and
Okay, the reaction came after Ginny burnt herself.
yeah, on the stove.
Yeah, and it was after.
And we've
We
hurt
should
her
not-
again, and it hasn't worked.
We should not destroy the stove and make it inoperable, though.
I did stab myself and then got electrocuted. She says, as a clarification, I didn't burn myself a second time.
That is true.
All right, we're sitting here debating about whether or not to.
Also, it's my
Examine the
stove, you
innards of this
goddamn
stove.
maniacs.
Yeah,
Kenny does not give a shit.
All right, everyone.
That sounds like a Victor problem to me.
Yes.
Yeah, I will
Well,
also.
It'll be your
interject.
problem when Victor learns about it.
Lillian will comment, let's try this
Hang on.
first, and
Real
slams
quick,
hand
real
down
quick,
on warm
real quick.
stove.
Lewis.
Yeah, I will also interject because Lewis has been getting, I would imagine, increasingly distracted. I did make a drive auto check earlier and it did not go great. So feel free to use that whenever you like, Sen.
Victor, in your rearview mirror, the Winnebago is fucking losing its mind. It looks like it is weaving back and forth wildly, just narrowly missing things. As it very suddenly to your mind. Lillian, is y'all are still like keeping balance, and Lillian in the middle of debating with Kathleen whether or not to break the oven. Kathleen has hammer ready. You slam your hand down the stove. Make a power check.
Radio is all the way up.
Yeah, make a power check.
Volume all the way up.
Victor's like, what the fuck is going on back
Alright.
there? And like,
Make a Constitution check. All right. You hear, so yeah, you manage to not scream. You take 2 points, 1 point because it's cooling off. 1 point of damage, and you hear Virginia's voice coming through cut through the number station, going, what was it that you yelled?
Kathleen, wake the fuck up.
And that's it, and then back to the numbers.
I'm
And Jenny
Oh,
Jenny in the thing looks over at the. Was that
Can
me?
I make a roll to determine if Ginny is
Jenny.
a real person?
Psychology roll.
Okay. Because if
Daddy,
I-
don't worry about your stove. It's
If I
not
can-
real.
He
If I
doesn't
can
know that yet.
Okay, success.
You like sort of look over at Jenny. It's behaving like Jenny, but like a muted version of Jenny. Almost
Hasn't even said one bad thing
almost
about
like
Lewis in
yeah,
the last
yeah,
8 minutes.
almost like she's on autopilot, but like awake.
I'm going to. But Katie's first reaction is to reach out and hold Lillian's arm so that her hand stays on the bird. And then she looks up at Lewis in the driver's seat.
Are you checking
At which point,
Lewis's?
Victor's voice comes over the walkie-talkies. The fuck is going on over there?
Is anything happening to Lillian?
Her
Is
hand's
anything
burning.
changing with Lillian?
Her hand is burning, but otherwise, no.
No big deal.
One more point of damage. I assume you want to get your hand off the stove.
As flesh is searing.
I don't know. Does the number station change again?
We don't kink
give me another power roll. Trevian, you mean the Constitution save as well. Jenny, while you're shaking Kathleen, Lillian wakes up screaming, and again,
Can I make another psychology check to notice?
The Smith says, "Oh, wait, no, fight, stop screaming, stop screaming." Give me a sanity check,
Lillian, shut up.
Give me a sanity check, Lillian. Kathleen, give me another psychology roll as Lillian like wrests her hand away from you. Yeah, Lillian, you are able to stop screaming if you want.
Oh God, can I push it?
You can.
What will happen?
If you fail to push it, you will become severely paranoid for an extended period of time.
I'm actually just going to use how much luck is that? How much luck is that?
That is 28.
I'm using it. I'm using luck.
Yay!
Woo!
So I notice it's not Lillian.
Yeah. So yeah, once Lillian wrests her hand away from you and starts, starts applying burger and bandaging it. Yeah, same thing. Like Lillian seems to now be on autopilot.
I'm gonna grab the walkie and over to Victor. I'm going to say, give me a minute. I'm going to give you a countdown, and when we reach the end, you are going to slam on the brakes.
You're going to fucking explain to me why before I begin to do any of that.
We've been experimenting. We know something about the phones.
I will also point out.
That does not explain why I'm slamming on the brakes.
In the background, you still
because you need to be free.
Hey guys! Hey, I don't know. No, don't slam on anything. What is going on?
In reality, you see Smith looking over the computer. Fuck. He moves over and he holds that sign up again, and both of you feel that pressure in your skull. And he grabs Kathleen and says, "Do not crash the car." Kathleen, you need a power roll.
From her perspective, it's taking damage that
Sure.
What movie is that?
Fortunately, Victor is not a fucking idiot.
I mean, in context, it's a solid decision.
No, absolutely. In context, Kathleen's thought process is not wrong. The radio in both vehicles suddenly cuts and blares at a voice you don't recognize. A voice you do actually recognize. You recognize it as the voice of the same person that was counting numbers. Do not crash the car. And then the radio comes back on.
I'm going to go over to the phone and put it on speaker so that I can be heard over it again, and demand that Jenny be put on the phone.
Lewis is immediately slowing the car safely and pulling to the side of the road.
Yeah, Victor will do that too.
For some
What the fuck
reason,
is going
I'm
on
reminded-
over there? Victor
reminded
says
of the
to
movie
Vanessa.
Gatebreakers.
Your guess is as
so-
good as mine.
Lillian, You're woken up. You are sitting up on like a gurney. You look over. You see Jenny awake, standing up in this ramshackle building. There is a haggard-looking guy that's just been yelling at Kathleen's unconscious body, and the rest of the as he lets the finger up, and the pressure goes away, and the rest of you, the other four, are the other. Yeah, four of you are unconscious on gurneys in the room. Just same thing that Jenny's been seeing. And he sighs.
Just roll with it.
Looks over at Jenny. If you die in the dream, you die in real life.
Got it. Kathleen.
Can I hear it?
Not right now. No, nothing's coming over the things. Give me a. Oh wait, no. You succeed the power check. Never mind. Sorry, I was looking at the psychology roll. Yes. So yeah. So you said. What did you say?
I literally just said
No,
Kathleen.
No, not you, Kathleen. What did Kathleen say earlier?
Put Jenny on the phone.
The numbers are interrupted very briefly, and you hear Jenny's voice going, Kathleen, and then it goes back to the numbers.
Tell me what to do.
Back in the reel, he's looking at a computer. Okay, thank God. All right, so they've Kathleen just pointing at Kathleen to verify.
Right.
Looks like she's might have started to figure it out. Okay, she's asking us to respond. She's asking for you to respond. I wish this was easier. He's just like, he's massive numbers and figures and characters. He's very clear. He's following a pattern somewhere, but neither one of you can tell what he's looking at. Okay. Ginny, you're a para-utilitarian, right?
Yes.
Do you still have energy?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, give me your
Some.
hand. Give me your hand.
Okay.
And he will keep a hand on her, and he will fold your hand into that sign, and you feel this buzzing awareness. This is not your power, so you're not certain exactly what it's supposed to do, but all of a sudden you are very much aware of the entirety of the room around you and of the people in there with you, and you get this sense of connection. You can sort of kind of feel their thoughts to a degree, which you sort of lean into it. You sort of get brief glimpses of what they're seeing in the dreams. And he looks at you while he's holding his hand. Okay, while you're holding onto her, while I'm holding you here, focus on a shared memory between the two of you. Make a power check.
Okay.
With a bonus, with a bonus die. 10.
That would be
that's an extreme
hard success.
That's an
extreme success. Yeah.
What memory do you just grab?
I'm thinking that moment when we were in the fucked up hotel together. Just us. Like we had gone down to investigate because
we snuck out after Lewis went to sleep.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you focus on that, and there's a pulse, and both you and Kathleen are at the moment in an odd liminal space. You're at that location, at that hotel, or at the gun range. At the gun range. You're still. It felt like you closed your eyes and you were there, both of you. Like you blinked and you were there. Nothing other than the immediate surroundings you can recall from looking at each other is visible. Everything else is sort of like a weird, grayish, like field of nothing. And that voice, the Smith's voice, echoes in both your ears. You've got like 30 seconds. Go.
What do I need to do?
You're currently in the Matrix, essentially. Don't die. If you die, it's Elm Street rules.
Then how do I get up?
You have to do something to wake up without killing yourself.
And you're
I
back
can
in the
work with
you're
that.
back in the Winnebago, and you're back in the room, and he lets go. Fuck, that hurts. Okay.
I'm going to walkie over to Victor and
It was probably already on the way to the Winnebago.
okay, good. Because I'm asking y'all to come over.
Yeah, for everyone for Lewis, for you that was the only sentient person that's still in there. It looked like the other two were sort of like tending their wounds and not really talking much. It looked like Kathleen said, "Put Virginia on the phone," or said, "What do I do?" And then just like staggered to one side and stopped responding to you at all.
Craig, you're muted.
For how
Muted,
long?
Craig.
You mean,
Kathleen, what is happening? Lillian, Miss Reed, somebody tell me what's going on. And he gets up at this point now that he has you know what? He has stopped. I tell you what, he has stopped the Winnebago. He goes to get up, is still buckled in, sort of like rocks back into his seat, reaches down, hits the release and stands up and goes, okay, what is going on?
and that's when you're back, Kathleen.
And I have no idea what you said. So I look at you and then walkie over to Victor and Vanessa to come over. As if you don't exist. As if you said nothing.
He goes, can you? And then he stops and goes, oh my God. Am I gone? Kathleen, am I gone? Can you hear me?
What's wrong, Lewis?
Oh, thank God. I thought it wasn't real for a second. Or maybe I was a cuttlefish again.
You're not?
Oh God!
But you're more real than they are. Pointing at Lewis, Ginny and Lillian.
Jillian,
As
stove is
Victor
still
opens the
on.
door and Victor and Vanessa walk in. What the fuck is happening?
Jenny who says, "Hey, I have feelings."
You might have feelings, but you're not real. Ginny,
Lewis just turns and screams at the top of his voice as the twins come in.
I would say so. What the fuck do you want from me?
Actually, he's not. We heard from the phone is still going, so they can hear the numbers. We heard from the phone again. Ginny started an experiment with the way Ginny does. You know,
I told her not to.
Yeah, and you were wrong because now that's not Ginny anymore. And I spoke with her, and
make a psychology
none
check,
of us
Lewis, if you want.
Psychology or sanity at this point.
First psychology, sanity comes later. Now that Katie's starting to spell things out, you look over at Ginny and Lynn. No, okay, no, yeah, no. They're in SimCity mode. What you had determined, like watching people driving around, were doing.
Oh God.
I like to think that Lillian's hard to tell because Lillian already acts kind of robotic anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lillian's acting slightly less robotic now is the thing.
I am not going to lie. I went out of character. I went into a slight fugue state earlier, trying to figure out what I would be like on quote unquote autopilot, and I did not like the answers I found.
Oh no.
Fantastic.
Victor saying, just like processing what Kathleen is saying is like, okay, first off, if that is true, then I am real because I'm currently inhabiting this individual form in whatever this current matrix state you're describing is. So fuck you for saying I'm not real. Because you're also presumably still real because you're presumably still here and you will be real until you get out, at which point you'll no longer be real here.
I'm not interested in a philosophical argument. I am interested in leaving the Matrix. Am I
Okay, so
going
how
to
do we
need
do
to
that?
convince you, or am I going to need to take you forcibly?
No, so how do we do that?
Whoa. Okay. Hey guys, let's take a sec and just
Hold on. I'm going to interrupt Lewis.
Oh no.
I'm going to just grab his arm, grab him by the hand, and
Oh no.
hand on the stove. That's how.
and wait and do what?
And push his hand under the stove.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Like
Oh my
I,
God.
I would, if I may, I would suggest that Lewis is so not expecting this. I don't even think this would be a roll.
Fair.
Sen, obviously your call.
So
but-
so
This
first
is
of
not
all,
something Katie would ever do to you.
first of all, I want to know what it sounds like when this happens to Lewis. Is he in the middle of trying to calm everybody down?
So yeah, he's like, let's just take a second, and everybody just takes.
I like the idea that
Me.
he just grabs a hand, puts it on, and there's a momentary pause. Like you just stop speaking, you look at your hand, you look at Kathleen, you look at the hand, and then you scream.
Yeah, the stove is cooling.
Okay, yeah.
The stove is cooling
It-
off, so it's not going to be as hot. But go ahead and make a power roll with a bonus die because of
on.
the. Oh, you turned it. Oh, so you turned it back on. Okay.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead-
leaving it on. If
Okay.
Lillian turned it off, I turned it back on.
Go ahead and make a power roll with a bonus die. Because of the.
I will
situation.
because I love it so much. I will certainly amend Lewis's response that there is just stunned silence for a couple seconds, but there is that scream of Siva was right
Yes.
before an extreme success.
All right. Yeah. Constitution save or Constitution roll.
Okay. Oh, hard success on that one.
You sit up, and you're in that
Okay.
room.
I slap Lewis.
I got she. What the? No, you know what? I think 100% in this moment, Lewis is, for the first time anyone has heard him. The
Can I hear it over the radio?
You make a power roll for you.
And do any of us hear it over the radio?
Well, yeah.
The rest of us screamed when we woke up, so I figured you were going to scream, and I thought I'd get the jump on it.
Yeah, not Victor, but Kathleen. But yeah, Kathleen. Yeah, with a success, you hear from the phone. You hear Lewis going, "What the fuck?" and then a slapping sound, and then it goes back to a number.
Damn. I've never heard him curse before.
Did we hear that as well? Or?
Yeah, you heard it as well. Lewis in the room has like yanked his hand back off and retreated to the driver's seat and like started bandaging himself.
Yeah, well, maybe because you caught him by fucking surprise with that one.
That was on purpose. Are you going to join me?
Fuck it. He's
You
looking
could,
over Vanessa. You.
You could also shoot yourself in the leg.
Yeah,
I mean, there's any number of options.
that's the thought that's going into his head right now. But he looks over at Vanessa. You following all this?
No, not at all. I think everyone's lost their minds.
If I will also point out, if Lewis is an autopilot, he's like, don't injure yourselves.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
The two of you can make psychology roll with a bonus die because Lewis has the highest difference of change, honestly, in the moment.
All I can imagine
Hang
Lewis on
bonus die.
autopilot is just
How
like
do you?
uttering HR
Oh, cool.
memos on like
Oh, I
Talking
absolutely.
about
Yep.
how
Success.
much trouble, how I need to be written up, and
Yeah. So
he
with
hates to do it, but
with a success and a hard success, both of you can tell that Ginny and Lillian and now Lewis are all in this weird sort of SimCity autopilot mode thing.
I mean, and I literally just heard his voice coming out of the phone. Like
All right.
much more appropriate to the current scene.
Meanwhile,
so
the
unless
Lewis that's
I've
there
been
is just
taken
like
over
deep
and I'm
thoughts by
putting
Jack
people on the
Handy.
radio,
All right. She'll look at Victor. Let's do it together.
All right.
All right, so we're not gonna.
is this a 3-burner? We could all do it at the same
I was-
time.
Are we going with the stove or are we
It's
just
a 4-burner, but yeah.
Ooh, someone really. shelled out for the kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah, me.
All right. All three of you make power rolls with bonus dice.
I have a thing when we get back to the reel.
There you go.
Please.
Oops.
Oh no.
Hang on.
Well, that's only 2 luck.
I also have a bonus die,
That's true.
and it's an extreme success.
Yeah, no, all three of you succeed. So yeah, a few moments later. So before that, because time dilates a little weirdly. Lewis. So yeah, you up slapped. What the fuck? The Smith is like, do all of you scream first thing?
Just like instantaneously, what the fuck? And just slap Ginny back.
I feel like, can I roll to not
Slap
scream
back!
Well, you're not gonna scream. We'll make a con save.
Can we please have everybody else make the jump to Ginny and Lewis just having a slap fight?
In fairness, I feel like the response from Ginny to getting slapped is punching you fucking square in the nose.
I feel like that is 100% fair. Lewis may very well be unconscious by the time everybody comes back out.
Yeah, no, the Smith is gonna be right there. It's like trying to separate the two of you. Would you two please not do this?
Lewis just turns, sees a new person, and just screams. I'm not going to do it on audio, but it is uninterrupted, like no change in volume.
An iron grip over your mouth on the back of your neck, and in a very quiet voice, if you do not stop screaming, we will all die. Shut the fuck up.
What do I have to roll to stop screaming?
Sandy roll.
All right, fair. All right, yeah, just barely made it. Can I spend 3 luck to not make it?
No.
All right.
So with extreme success, so con rolls from the other two, because Kathleen got hers. Con roll from Victor and Vanessa.
Yeah, fine.
Dang it.
You want to spend 18 luck?
I'm spending 18, yes.
Okay. So
I mean, it's just some wounds.
In the actually, once you've woken up, you're back to full health.
Yeah.
The other three of you all sit up basically simultaneously to see a person you don't recognize holding Lewis by the mouth and neck, while Ginny and Lillian look on, and you wake up just in time to hear him go, "If you don't stop screaming, we're all going to die. Shut the fuck up." Which maybe inspires you to not scream initially, at least. And then Lewis
Victor just sort of sits up, like looks around, hears that. Fuck, okay.
You need to look outside.
Yeah, open the door, look outside, don't go out.
Okay.
You should not look outside, Lewis.
Ranger operations, let's go.
Just take our word for
He
it.
will take his hand off your mouth.
Lillian has not gotten up from the gurney yet, and at some point just ask the Smith if he has some gauze so he can take out the IVs.
Victor removes the IV.
Yeah, he will help remove the IV for anyone that doesn't want to remove themselves.
Yeah.
Who are you?
He'll
I'm
like
your
two-finger
Smith.
wave to he'll like 2-finger wave to Vanessa to follow as they go.
Okay.
Okay, she'll follow Victor.
You open the door.
Miss Reed, I'm really sorry. That caught me a little bit off guard.
And
It was a stressful situation, I understand.
you look out the door, and you see
Are we okay?
dark sky.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, dark sky, barren ground, mountains in the middle distance, and a massive watery vortex. And the Smith, from over your shoulder, "Welcome to the Jade County AWE." And
The real version, the one that's not being hidden by a mass illusion.
they're both real. It's a long story. And that's where we're going to end it for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.